Hey Canucks fans, I'm Clay Emo. I'm at Canuck Clay on Twitter. I'm at Clay Emo on Instagram. I'm the founder of the GLCPC, the Good Looking Canucks Positivity Club, and this is my Canucks take, all in one take. It is Clay's Canucks commentary, live for Wednesday, March the 10th, on a night where the Vancouver Canucks lost 5-1 to the Montreal Canadiens. 5-1. Yes, it was not a pretty sight, and as I mentioned, the Canucks were. As I mentioned on my Canucks haiku, the Canucks were outclassed. Montreal really applied the pressure for the entire game, never let up. So, let me go for a good 4 or 5 minutes here, and then I will turn it over to you. So first off, I want to say thanks for waiting. I want to say no matter where you're watching from, whether you are in my neighborhood of Steveston, in Richmond, in the city, in the Lower Mainland, in the province, in the country, or around the world, thank you for being here. You know that I do not take you for granted. You know that I appreciate that you could be doing anything else, watching anything else, watching anyone else. So thank you for being here. And yeah, we're gonna, despite the loss, we'll be okay. I think we'll survive tonight. So thanks again for being here. I invite you to subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. I invite you to like this video. Don't like the fact that we lost the game, but like the fact that we can be in here and chatting about the Canucks for the next 45 minutes or so. I want to give a shout out to my Hall of Fame members, Jens95, simalexander, Justin Credible, nucksfan number 29, and Lucas Gates. Thanks for your support. I want to thank the support of members of all three levels, and your names are listed in the description. And if you want to become a member of the CCC Crew, all you got to do is press the join button underneath any of my videos or on the memberships tab on my YouTube channel. I want to thank Monkey9 Brewing in Richmond, 6th Road in Steveston, for sponsoring every single post-game live stream. We'll be releasing the details of our giveaway for a gift certificate to Monkey9. I'll be releasing that this weekend. And thank you to the moderators for doing such a great job all the time. Okay, so now let me talk about the game for about 3 minutes, and then we'll get going. I was in a good mood because you might have seen I was on TV today, and I still get excited about those kind of things. I was interviewed by City News and News 1130 to talk about, it was exactly 1 year ago today that the Vancouver Canucks defeated the New York Islanders in Rogers Arena, and that was the last time that there were fans in Rogers Arena. So they made a big deal that was obviously 1 year to this day, the last time that fans were allowed in the arena. So it was cool. I got a chance to represent the GLCPC and talk on the news about the Canucks, and yeah, they actually used 3 of my clips. I think I came across okay. I think I could have come across a little bit better, but it's okay. I was excited to speak to them, and it all worked out. Okay. Now, speaking of the Canucks, what did I like tonight? Not a lot. Actually, I like Thatcher Demko's game. Even though he gave up 5 goals, I don't know how many were actually his fault. Maybe the Corey Perry 2-on-1, but Demko was trying to make a good save going the other way. And maybe the Danault goal at the end was a little bit weird, but I'm certainly not going to blame Demko for having to face 45 shots and saving 40 of them. That's for sure. Besser got that. I guess the Canucks power play was okay, given that they went 1 for 3. It's that's not bad. Better than 0 for 3. And the one time that they did score, it looked really good, actually. That really nice tic-tac-toe play. Miller on one side, up to Hughes up top, then to Besser on the other side. And as I tweeted, I do have all 3 of those guys in my hockey pool, so I wasn't complaining. What I didn't like. Okay, here's a few things I didn't like. I didn't like the Canucks first period. They were outshot, was it 16-4? So that was pretty bad. I didn't like that. Canucks penalty kill went 4 for 5, so that's not bad, actually. But they just almost outshot by a 2-1 margin, 45-24. So the Montreal had more hits. They just seemed more engaged in the game the entire time. And I thought that Jordy Ben and Tyler Myers had a really tough game. They were only -2 and -3. Well, not only, that's not great. But I found that a lot of times after Montreal scored, it would cut to either one of those two guys, or Ben would be doing a flyby. So yeah, Ben was -2, Edler was -2, Myers was -3. Actually, only Hamonic was the only Canucks player who wasn't a minus. He was even, but he almost got one when he did you see when Tyler Toffoli got that shorthanded breakaway? It was because Hamonic slammed himself in the boards and bounced off the boards and couldn't hold the boards, and Toffoli snuck by him down the side. So overall, wasn't the best performance. Yes, the Canucks have won 4 of 6, but you can see they barely made up any ground. They made up like a point or two in the standings. So that's why, as positive as I want to be, it's going to be very difficult for the Canucks to make the playoffs, and that's the truth. Okay, let's go to questions starting now. So remember, while there's enough people in here, I will start with questions and I can loop back later. But yeah, if you want to ask me something, certainly form it via a question and we'll go from there. Thoughts on Miller tonight? Mel, it's a good question. And thanks for being here early. I saw you in the chat earlier. He was certainly noticeable. I'm not going to say he was great because I don't think he was great. Some turnovers, some penalties. But he did get an assist and he was trying really hard, blocking shots with no stick. So I thought Miller was both good and bad today. But when you're a really good player like Pettersson, Miller, Besser, we're gonna notice when things don't go well and when they make mistakes. So I thought Miller was okay, but I certainly think he was noticeable. He was more noticeable than he was good, if that makes sense. Fangirl, Besser's goal, really nice power play goal. They moved the puck around much better than their first power play opportunity. And Besser's got a really good one-timer from there. So I like the way they moved the puck up top. How are you, Clay? I'm doing well, Noah. Hope you are well as well. Inferno, Clay, do you think that last year's playoff run will be the best we get during the betting era, or do you give them the benefit of the doubt given the circumstances of the season? Actually, Inferno, I think it's both. I think, yes, that might be the best that this team's going to get under Benning because I don't know how much better we're going to be next year, to be honest with you. Maybe when Podkolzin's a couple of years, Hoglander's a couple of years in, Rathbone, then we're going to be really good, but I don't think just yet. So I actually don't think that, I do think that was the best we may see. And I do give them a benefit of the doubt a little bit, but everyone has to play under these circumstances, right? So, it's a tough year for everyone. And you can see that the better teams, the properly constructed teams are still thriving this season. Like there's a lot of good teams out there that we expect to be good. Tampa, Vegas, Colorado, Islanders, they're all really good teams right now. Samuel, time to fire someone? I wouldn't say that. The Canucks came off 3 straight. They've won 4 of 6 in March. Play Ulevi next game? Yeah, Noah, I'd be open to it. I think Ben is struggling a little bit. He made some weird pinches tonight, leading to that Corey Perry 2-on-1 goal. Ethan's not liking Myers' contract. Streamer wants Pettersson back. Indeed. Bob Cook, earlier, thank you, Bob. That means you watched the video. Early today, you talked about Demko's Luongo-like. Yeah, I did say that the Canucks have Luongo-like hopes for him, which suggests he's destined to be the number 1 goalie for multiple years. What will happen to Mikey DiPietro? He seems close to ready for the NHL. DiPietro was doing well last year, Bob, but then he's kind of hit a stomach block this year because he's not playing. He's on our taxi squad, but he's not playing any games. He's just working with Ian Clark and working with the extra skater. So I do think DiPietro is slated to be our number 2. But I don't think anyone had hopes for DiPietro as being a bona fide number 1. But he could be like a solid backup. I think. I just don't know if he's going to be a starter. Like we drafted him pretty in the middle, right? I think it was the 4th round or whatever. So we'll see. He's still young and he's still got a lot of time. And Demko's only 24, which is pretty cool. I forgot to mention that in my video that Luongo when we got him was 26 already, and Demko's only 24. Start Holtby or Demko next game. I still think you go back to Demko on Saturday because it's a 2-day break as opposed to a 1-day break. I'd go Holtby still. I'd go Demko, not Holtby. How we afford signing Demko, Hughes, and Pettersson? Zeddy, we can because there's a lot of money coming off the books. Edler, Pearson, Sutter, to name a few. Ben, Hamonic. They do all add up, but we're not going to have a lot of money to do much else. But we can sign them for sure. Shane, how on earth can 2 games against the same team go so differently? I guess that's the nature of sports, right? Do you think we should let go of Myers? Feels like he doesn't do a lot defensively. Okay, streamer, that's a good point, but you can't just let him go. You're not going to waive him because then you're going to have $6 million sitting in Utica. You have to trade him. So when you say, should we let go of Myers, we have to find a trade partner. So he's an expensive 3rd pairing D-man for sure. I think I just went around 3 times there. Do you think it's time to move on for the coaching staff? This team wasn't prepared again tonight. No, I like Travis Green, and I think the organization likes him too, and I still have a feeling they're going to find a way to keep him. Quattrov, this was one of the worst Canucks games this season. outside of Demko. Yeah, Demko was fine. He made 40 of 45 saves. But yes, this one was tough to watch. I agree with you, Rob. Quattrob. Jake Virtanen, 4 goals for me tonight. Or was I dreaming on the bench? Yeah, Jake, you did not score 4. Chris, what did you think of D tonight? I was very excited about watching how aggressive the Habs were. In my opinion, the linesmen not calling enough. I wasn't super impressed. Yeah, no, I'm not going to blame it on the refs. No, I'm not saying you are, Chris. I thought our D, it was interesting. On some levels, they were pretty good at clearing the front of the net, but they still made a couple of, Jordy Ben made a bad pinch a couple times. I wouldn't blame them. I wouldn't say it was on the defenseman completely. It's a 6-man game with the goalie. But I don't think the forwards had a particularly strong game in their own zone tonight. And 45 shots kind of dictates that. It says so. Truds, Clay, I challenge you to go back to the film on JT. He was responsible for a horrible back check on several early goals, not covering the point on a pinch, and not hustling on another goal against. Truds, I'm not sure what you mean by challenge me. I didn't say he was the best player. I said he was the most noticeable player for both good and bad. So yeah, I don't disagree with anything you said. I know that one of the back checks you're talking about was when he didn't come back on that 2-on-1 after Ben Pinch. Miller was the closest forward back. But I do think he did a few things well, including trying to generate offense. And there's that one defensive play where Ben lost his stick. Miller gave Ben his stick, and Miller actually laid out and blocked a shot with his rib cage. So no, that's fair. Truds, if we want to disagree a little bit, I said he was the most noticeable player, good and bad. I didn't say he was the best player, and I respect that you didn't like his game, obviously. Jamie Sports Talk, how are you, Jamie? Long time no speak. Things are good. Hope you're well as well. Fango, why are teams in the States allowed to have fans in the stands but Canadian teams aren't? Because the U.S. government and the governors of each state are, I think they're being a little foolish, are they're allowing it. They're more lax with their COVID rules. Shane, do you think Demko has earned the right to be very angry at his team for not backing him up? Meanwhile, he's standing on his head. Has he earned the right to be angry? Yeah, I think he'd be justified if he was upset. But we also know that Demko is not like that. He's not going to, he's not going to throw his own players under the bus. And but I definitely think this is a game where he might feel that his teammates hung him out to dry a little bit. I think that's fair. Hey Rome, Truds, Clay, JT needs to move down the center of the third line and PP2. Sorry, I'm not seeing him deserving of more. No, you don't have to apologize to me. That's fine. I don't know. You put him in third line center though, then there's simply not enough when Pettersson's back. There's certainly not enough minutes to flow through the centers, and I think he's a top 6 player as opposed to your third line center. Spencer, I love watching the $12 million duo get to work tonight. Edler and Myers. Yeah, there was that one goal, the Danault goal, where they were both kind of injured and kind of hunched over and kind of tired. It was not the best look. Did you read about the ESPN deal? I'm not sure if I can watch all the Canucks games on ESPN Plus app. Yeah, Fillmore, I'm learning a little bit about it. I know they have 7 years. I know they have 4 of the Stanley Cup finals, and there's going to be ESPN, Disney. So yeah, I'm just happy that the NHL is going to be back on the most watched network in the States. Inferno, seeing as playoffs are most likely out of the question, what will you be looking for the rest of the season? A Höglander resurgence? Yeah, I'm interested to see what Höglander does. Interested to see if Holtby is able to find his game, because we're likely going to have him for another year. And I'd be very interested to see how the young guys do, i.e. Mott, Virtanen, Gaudette, McEwen, because not all those guys will be protected. So you just simply, there are not enough numbers. So I want to see if Juolevi gets in as well again. Bob, what should the Canucks do with Braden Holtby? Unlikely Seattle will take him. Yes, I agree with you. Should he be traded to allow a space for DiPietro to move up next year? No, Bob. I think they're gonna keep Holtby as at least a proven backup. There's simply not enough trust in DiPietro yet to be as a solid backup. So I think you won't trade him because you're not going to get anything from him. I think we have Holtby for this season, next season. Would you trade Demko for top line forward? Cole, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I think Demko's good, and you can't trust Holtby, and you'd have to find another. Then you'd have to find another goalie. Stu thinks that Montreal and Toronto get the benefit of doubt when it comes to penalties. Riley Clay, what's it like to be on TV? Hey, Riley. Interesting question. I've actually been blessed to be, or you call it blessed. I've been on TV quite a few times on across all the stations. Been on the radio before. I enjoy it. I feel comfortable, although I think I spoke a little quickly. I think I was a little excited, but I feel very comfortable in front of a camera, obviously. And no, it's nice. It's nice. It's nice to be able to share my fandom and speak about the team that I love. Does next season start in October, or do you think the season will be delayed? Fangirl, I think they're going to... if it's not October, I'm sure they'll go November. But they might go October, or late October, maybe not early October, because if they're all done by the middle of July, that's only 1 month late. So maybe they start 1 month late, or they start a little bit later in October next year. Maybe bring in McEwen next game? Yeah, no, I'd bring him in for Roussel, actually. I don't mind the way that Harlock and Michaelis have played. Harsunder, Sassarigal. Got a bunch of work to do in the morning, so I won't be hanging around today. See you on Saturday. No problem. After yet another loss, Harsunder, be more optimistic than that. What do you think of the future goalie plans for the Canucks? What will they do about Demko and DiPietro? Mel's, good question. Actually, it's what I vlogged about today. I think you keep a Holtby until the end of next season. Then he's gone. That gives DiPietro time to move up. He's not playing this year, but hopefully, if with an AHL season next year, he gets one more year in the A, and then comes up and is ready to be Demko's backup for sure. JT Miller did fight. He fought Ben Sherratt, and Sherratt was out of the game after that, after hurting his hand. That was a hard punch, so I think Sherratt got half of Miller's head and half of Miller's visor. What do you think about bringing Gillis back? Lazy husband, no, I'm not on the Gillis bandwagon. I thought he was fine when he was here, but no, I'd rather see someone like Lawrence Gilman back. Cole wants, I want Mott and PD back too. Noah Clay, can you please explain what the moving up 10 spots in the draft means? Absolutely, Noah. Good question. Last year, the Rangers, forget placeholder team. The Rangers, by virtue of being eliminated in the play-in round, they were the 14th worst team, right? 14th. You start with Ottawa as the worst, all the way down, the Rangers were the 14th worst team. But because they won the lottery, they jumped 13 places to number one, right? 14 minus 1 is 13. They jumped 13 spaces, and that's why they got to draft Alexei Lafreniere. Under the new proposed rules, you can only move up a maximum of 10. So if the Rangers last year, if the proposed rules were in there and the Rangers won the lottery, they would jump from 14 to 4. But they would not jump from 14 to 1. It's basically, picture this. They want one of the 10 worst teams, or the 11 technically, the 11 worst teams, because the 11 can jump to 1. They want one of the 11 worst teams to win the lottery. Not the 12th worst, the 13th worst, the 14th worst, or the 15th worst, and the other 16 make the playoffs, right? Because by taking one of those 4 bottom teams, 12, 13, 14, 15, you're basically a team that probably just missed the playoffs, and now you're getting a potential franchise-changing player. So that's what it means. So no, I hope that makes sense. Rumors of Canucks being interested in bringing back Trampkin for next year. Would you be interested? Kai, no. People on here, if you follow me, know that I have no time for Trampkin. I think he's a bit of a drama queen, and I think there's just been too much drama around him already. So no, I do not think we like him. I'll take a quick pause here. We're at 80 viewers, which is awesome. Thank you on a late night. If we want to get our likes up to about 40 or so, I like to see our likes at half of the viewers. So if we get it up to 40, I'd be very happy. Even if we know that the Canucks lost. We don't like the fact that Canucks lost. We like the fact that we're all hanging out here talking about the Canucks loss. Thanks, friends. Let's keep on going. Habs were too fast for us. Jogpal, I agree. Dion Clay only watched a bit of the game, saw we got blown out. At least we split the miniseries. Yes, it was not a good game tonight. Jervy, hey Clay, what's your prediction for the next 3 games against Edmonton, Ottawa? I think we take 2 out of 3, but it might not necessarily be the 2 Ottawa games. I think we can win on Saturday. It's going to be tough, though. Edmonton just trounced Ottawa 7-1 today. So maybe if we lose Edmonton, we win the 2 against Ottawa. But the Edmonton one's at home. Doesn't make that much difference, but you still get, strategy, last change or whatever. I say we get 2 out of 3. I just don't know which 2 we're going to get. Would you be a diehard Grizzlies fan if they're still in Vancouver? Absolutely, Sonny. I was a diehard when they were here. And yes, I would be one of the first ones to be back in there to watch them. Are you scared for the off-season for Vancouver with Jim? Streamer, great question. No, I'm not scared because I don't think he's going to be... It's kind of weird, right? Because if you say, do you get rid of him when the season ends before the draft and before expansion draft, then and before contracts run out? That's fine if you can him in May. But then is that enough time to bring someone else in and give them enough time to do their thing? Hey, Jim Bennings here. Sonny, what do you think of the NHL collaborating with ESPN? Will it help the NHL gain popularity in America? And how much popularity will it gain? Sonny, they're never going to pass NBA, NFL, MLB. Heck, they can't even pass NASCAR, golf. But I think that the NHL has grown a lot, and I think there's more name cachet in the NHL now than it was the last time they were with ESPN. So I'm excited to see. I think it's a great opportunity for the NHL for sure. Rome, hey Clay, did you see Twisted Whisper's recent video where he designs jerseys for various hockey YouTube channels? Rome, I haven't watched the video. I know he did one for me. I'm not sure if the one he did for me made it to his YouTube video, but I will definitely check that out. Thanks for letting me know, Rome. That's cool. That's very cool. Fangirl, with the trade deadline coming up, how does the pandemic affect the deadline? It affects it when you got to add in more time before you get your player. So where, let's say the deadline used to be on March 1st, you could have your player playing by March 2nd. But now, if they're crossing the border, it's going to take even longer. So now you're looking at about a 2 to 3 week period before they can play with your team. So you have to almost think about trading earlier, 2 or 3 weeks earlier than the trade deadline. Yes, Dion, the Canucks ice scraper, he's awesome. Sonny, have you ever give a fan an autograph, Clay? Yes, Sonny, I don't know why anyone would ask me for an autograph, but yes, I've taken many pictures. People want to take pictures with me, which I think is the funniest thing, but they do. And yes, I have signed stuff for things. I've recorded videos for people. I'm not on Cameo officially, but yes, I've recorded for videos, greetings for people as well. Chonger lottery system needs to be fixed. Such garbage with these good teams getting unreal players. Yeah. Sonny, I generally think Clay would be a better GM than Benning. You can't tell me I'm wrong, Clay. Okay, Sonny, I'm not going to tell you that you're wrong. Welcome, Coach Rob. Inferno. People always think he's going to come back, Trampkin, yet management never speaks to him. Thoughts, Clay? Yeah, I can't read management's mind. I just think there's a lot of drama there, but you never know. But do you want another not very mobile guy on the right side who's very big? Don't we already have that in Tyler Myers? Actually, Myers isn't bad. His speed isn't bad for his size. Riley wants an NBA team back in Vancouver. Me too. Fangirl, why do the Canucks always have such bad lottery luck? Yeah, that's the whole thing. It's a lottery, right? You never know. Sonny, if you had a chance to play a Game 7 for the Canucks and the Stanley Cup is on the line and you're playing defense, would you do it? Sonny, if they can promise me a security escort out of the building after I get walked for about a -8, yeah, I'd do it for sure. Hey, Justin, Hall of Fame member, Canucks were simply outworked. I still think we can beat Edmonton and sweep Ottawa. I have a chance. Okay, I like your optimism. Riley Clay, if you had a favorite NHL team in the States, who would it be? It is the Tampa Bay Lightning and the Colorado Avalanche. They're my two favorite U.S. teams. Cold Trails, just out of curiosity, when does the chat end today? I'll go for 45 minutes from when I started. So I'll go for another 20 minutes. I'll likely wrap up then between, at least my time, between 11:20 and 11:30. Are we though? Arjun, I think you're asking, are we through? It's going to be tough. Who won? Not us at Montreal. Nucks and Bolts, Clay, can you sing Rise by Katy Perry? Just like what Superfruit did in YouTube. No one wants to hear me sing. In fact, I would probably lose all of you as subscribers. Hello, Chris. We suck in lotteries. Too many turnovers. I agree, Shannon. Riley, the Canucks need the Undertaker. I don't know how good of a skater he is. Chris, do you think it was weird that the game started at 8? It was, but that's because this was a national broadcast. So they had Edmonton, Ottawa starting at 5, not 4 for some reason, and then our game starting at 10 and at 8. I mean, Chong or Clay, did you just say Myers isn't that bad? How could you say such a thing? I actually think he's been playing okay up until maybe tonight. He's okay. I didn't say he's great. What? Nucks and Bolts says Evander Kane is coming home to Vancouver. Why, is that the latest rumor? The 8 p.m. puck drop was so weird. It was. Canucks to trade Virtanen for DeBrusque and get more as well. Yeah, I don't know if Boston's still going to do that. Dion, yeah, Clay, let's hear you sing and play the piano at the same time. Not tonight. It's like 11 o'clock. I think 3/4 of my family trying to sleep. But that, if you find some of my videos, you see that I'll add in one line or two here and there. No, I did not hear Elliot's comments regarding Jim's press conference. Yeah, Marcel, I actually joked around that the Canucks were playing like they thought the game started at 9. Who do we lose to Seattle? I think it's going to be one of our young forwards. Whoever we don't protect between Mott, McEwen, Virtanen, and Gaudette. Because I don't think they're going to take Myers, and I don't think they're going to take Holtby. Dion from Besser, they came out hungry from the start and outworked us tonight. We're not happy with that performance. Well, they shouldn't be. And that's the thing. They've dug such a deep hole that they can't really afford to have a lot of these. How can the Canucks turn this around? Fangirl, they can play how they've been playing for the past 3 weeks, but they're not going to win every single game. They're simply not good enough to do that. Justin thinks Myers is better than Edler, but yes, he's not worth $6 million. I agree with you. Why are you speaking so? Should we trade a pick to Seattle to have them take Myers? No, because I still don't think they would. Do you think we can keep Höglander from Seattle? The good thing is we do not have to expose Höglander, nor do we have to protect him because he won't have played enough seasons, which is good. So we don't have to protect Höglander, which is good. Hamnick has started looking decently lately at this cost. Yeah, actually, I talked about that in my video yesterday, that Hamnick has been good. One scary play tonight, but I think he's been good. Thoughts on Mott getting trade interest doesn't surprise me, but I don't think the Canucks should trade him. Wow, the Hot Take Hockey crew is coming in. Thank you, John, for bringing the crew. Welcome everyone from Hot Take Hockey. If you're still here, wow, that means John is streaming late tonight. And unfortunately, that means that I'm going to probably lose all the questions that I was going to ask now because it's too hard to find. So anyone who did ask a question in the last 2 or 3 minutes, maybe hold on to it, and I might get you to retype them in a second. But I'll keep trying to keep up. But thanks to everyone. Anyone who just came in here, welcome from John's channel. John is an awesome advocate for what I do here. I appreciate that. And welcome everyone from Hot Take Hockey. All right, where are we going? I like how, Dion says, Demko said that the start time can't be an excuse. Hot Take Hockey is in here. Bad game. Demko was a rest player and he gave up 5. Yeah, you say 40, but he did give up 5 for sure. Modest supposed skating again, at least 2 to 3 weeks away. Thank you, Justin. Yeah, a mini raid's fine. I'll take any type of raid. Thanks, Digital Order. That's funny. Yeah, Demko was really good. Imagine if he didn't play well, it would be a lot worse for sure. Thank you, John, for your support as always. I will not disagree when he says this is an awesome channel. Will Lockwood ever get a chance, and how soon? Yeah, I don't hear a lot about him. But I think he's still a couple years away. Demko is a number 1 play. Great tonight. Yeah, he was good. Hey, Clay, it's me, Dennis. I had to rebrand my channel today. Long story. Oh, interesting. Okay. Nice to see you, Dennis. Very late for me. Want to show support in the chat when I ended. That's great. How did the night go for you, John? I don't remember. Did you stream both games? If so, you're like marathon man. But I appreciate you as always. Rome, you're good. Is this loss worse than Game 7 Stanley Cup Finals? No. This is a loss in a regular season where we might not make the playoffs, fangirl. 2011 Game 7 Stanley Cup Finals caused riots in our city. I don't think they're comparable. Do you think Carson will ever get... I don't want to say his last name because it sounds like I'm swearing. Yeah, Noah, there's a lot of those guys like McDonough and Lockwood and Carson who we'll see it because there are going to be some spots that are open for some of these guys for sure. Yeah, John, thanks for your efforts with the blanket. We appreciate it. Good to see Brock getting the goals. Yeah, Cassie Brain, I thought Brock was okay tonight. He's skating a lot better than he has at any point in his career, but he still makes bad passes. Yeah, I just ended stream, but not too... Oh, not busy day. No, that's cool. That's cool. John says, let's get to 50 likes. And John is the king of YouTube. So if he says, let's get to 50, then I think we should get to 50. Thanks, John. How about you do a play-by-play during one game? Lazy husband, then you will see how bad of a play-by-play. It's funny. I know hockey. I like to speak about hockey. I can be spontaneous about hockey. I can talk about hockey with no script in front of me. But I don't know if I'd be the best play-by-play. Yeah. Maybe because I'd have to study too hard the other team's guys and their players and stuff. But, and in the bigger picture, lazy husband, I've talked about this before. I don't stream during games. I have full respect for John to be able to do that because he has the great ability to do a bit of play-by-play and to engage viewers. I probably couldn't do both because I like watching. I like being engaged with my family. And then I think it would be boring for you as a viewer to kind of watch me watch the game. I'd rather come on here after the game and talk about it for sure. Great question, though. Great question. Danilo says Miller wanted to give his team a spark, asked Sherratt to fight him, and Sherratt accepted the challenge and ended up injuring his right hand. Danilo calls Sherratt a warrior. Okay, thanks, Dion, for that. Sebastian, no problem. And you didn't have a good vibe, eh? Would Benning be booed like Gillis if fans were in attendance? Sammy, I actually think he would be. Sad to say, but I think he would be. We got to our 50. Thanks, everyone. I'm out. Good night, Andrew. Thank you. I should have you on for an intermission, Clay. John, I'd totally be open to that. You DM me. Let's make it happen. But let me know what kind of setup we need. I presume you just bring me on to whatever streaming platform you're using. Let me know, and we can make it work. Did you go to that game a year ago before the pause? No, fangirl. I did not go to the game last year against the Islanders. I was scheduled to go to the next week, though, against Tampa Bay on March 17. Marie was singing, and I was going to go with her. Thank you, Brad, for the donation. You're awesome. Hoglander hasn't looked bad all year. I didn't like seeing him out of the top 6. Congrats on the interview this morning as well, Clay. Brad, thank you for the donation. That's awesome. And thanks for the kind words on the interview. I felt good. And yes, Hoglander, yeah, they didn't... I don't know what his final ice time was, but he certainly... I noticed that he wasn't out there a lot. Yeah, he only played 13 minutes tonight. If at one point you would be willing. Yeah, John, of course, I'd be willing to come on. I've had you on my channel. I'd love to jump on yours. Let me know. What team do you think will take the cup this year? I think Tampa Bay looks really strong it's not even the East. Remember, like, we can have a 2 West team final, a 2 East team final, because it's going to be 4 divisions regardless of geography. 4 division winners. So I think it could be Tampa. I really do. Would you rather have Power or Hughes in the draft? It sounds like Power is going to be the consensus number 1, at least right now. Maybe try the play-by-play for a game starting in the third period or with 10 minutes left. Yeah, Coach Rob, that's an interesting idea. By the way, I'm going to ask you at the end of this stream if you guys like it when I start right when the game ends. But basically, I didn't record a post game recap though tonight, so that's the catch-22. Which team is better, Abbotsford Heat or Stockton Heat? I don't know. That's a good question. I can't remember how good Abbotsford was when they were here. Forward lineup changes to next game. Yeah, I could see McEwen get in and Roussel out. But that's really it. I don't see Eriksson coming in. And if Mott and Pedersen aren't ready, which they won't be, then I think you keep McKayas and Harlock in. I thought they were good. Leafs are struggling. Oh, Truds. Hey, Clay. You said no play-by-play, but I think you should consider coming in the chat at each period break. Sort of Truds, it's funny you mentioned that. I actually was thinking about that today. I basically start the stream before, at the first intermission. I come in, I chat for 20 minutes or 18 minutes, and then I leave and just let the stream go. I could do that and then just put a big sign up or a graphic up saying, I'm watching the game right now. I'll see you in 40 minutes. Okay, I'm going to think about that, Trud. Thank you for that. Rathbone doing well in Utica. Awesome. Thoughts on Boston bottom 6 tonight? I thought they were fine. I thought, I didn't think Roussel was fine, but I thought Harlock and Mckenzie have been fine, actually. Thanks again, Brad, for the donation. That's awesome. Welcome, Dominic. I'm doing well. Hope you're well as well. Hot take, I could just bring you on through Skype, but yes, we can chat. Okay. No, let's talk. Let's do that soon, John. That'd be great. I would love to do that. Love the channel. Thank you, Showtime. I love the fact that you love the channel. Debut Hunter since Montreal is the team we were chasing down. That was probably our best must-win of the season. 4-point swing. Yeah, we would have been within one point of them. Granted, 3 or 4 games in hand, but at least we're basically tied with them in the standings. I went to the Islanders game. That's awesome, Sebastian. Yeah, a year going on, Peter Hughes, and we thought it was going to be 4 or 6 weeks. I agree with you. Andrew, like Miller's game. When is timeline for PD return? They said yesterday at least a week. I don't like the fact that they didn't say a week. They said at least a week. So maybe a week or 2. Hoglander with Jake and Horvat. Okay, we'll see. Avash, is this the latest you have streamed yet? No, Avash, there was one funny one. I don't know if you were in here when I did this. Tell me, put in the comments the fact you're here. I actually came down after my birthday, on my birthday. So my birthday's on June 22nd. I don't know why I did this. I put a shirt and tie on, a suit on, and at 12 o'clock I think it was a Monday this year or a Sunday, as soon as it turned midnight to turn my birthday, I actually started a stream at 12 for like 10 or 15 minutes. I don't know if you were on my birthday stream. Yeah, remember, put it in the comment section if anyone remembers that. I dressed up for my own birthday. What a loser. Okay. Can the Canucks trade Beagle and Roussel at the end of the year? They can, but they're not going to get anything for them. They're not going to get any takers. But they could. They can trade them anytime. Inferno. Even though what happened, I'd love to say Clay make an entrance at the post-game stream by smashing everything with a hammer when the Canucks lose. Yeah, we don't have like a lot of expensive stuff in my house, but I don't want to wreck any of these lights or my new mics that I know how to use now. But thanks, Inferno, for the idea. Funny Bone. Sup, cuz? Okay, I don't know who that is. If you're my actual cousin, reveal yourself to me. Avash, do you think we should call up Linder Gadjevich? Not this year, no difference. Cameron, welcome. Welcome. Glad you're here. Arso, hey Clay, what's up? This was a tough watch. Felt like Demko was the only Canuck that showed up tonight. Also, thoughts on JT fighting Sherratt. I don't know. That was kind of weird. Something must have happened earlier in the game. Sean, should you play-by-play while you react? Yeah, actually, Sean would be pretty good. It's pretty funny. Thoughts on Bonnie Henry? Possibly allowing outdoor gatherings with friends. Oh, Fangirl, I'll wait till it actually happens before I comment on it. But obviously, I would love to see it for sure. Amrit, the Canucks roster is fundamentally flawed. I don't disagree. Funny Bone says, sup cuz again. Okay, so if you're my actual cousin, I want to know who you are. Okay, they've said it like 4 times now. Now maybe I have a feeling we're not going to get an actual answer. You stream later than this. Yeah, on my birthday I've streamed later than this for sure. And I think one of the post game ones from the bubble, I think went, not that I was in the bubble, after one of the Canucks playoff games. I feel like I went pretty late as well. Okay, yeah. So some of you do remember. Some of you were here for my birthday stream, which is fine. Igor Shurskin. Okay, why? Just say hi once, and I'll say hi back. Yeah, came on for my own birthday. Good night, Jim. Hey, Vash, don't worry. We'll do it for my birthday again this year, June 22nd. Yeah, Fangirl, you're right. I actually streamed that night. I went offline for about an hour. Why would I stream that night? It must have been a Sunday. Let me look this up real quick. Because remember, you guys, I used to do my streams on Sunday nights, my weekly streams when the Canucks weren't playing. Yeah, June 21st was a Sunday. So I streamed from 10 to 11. I think I took an hour break and I told everyone to come back at 12. Good memory. I'm watching the birthday stream now. Are you serious, John? That's why John is the king. He actually sought out my birthday stream. So you find my stream from June. Did I call it like birthday stream, John? I don't even know what I called it. That's embarrassing, but thank you. You're very kind. Why has Pearson not been scoring as much this season? Maybe just not. Yeah, that's true. He's really slowed down this year. Maybe him and Horvat are getting some tough defensive assignments. Clay, what do you think Pettersson's injury is? I have a feeling it's either it could be just shoulder. Actually, I have no clue. They say upper body, so it could be hand, it could be elbow, but if it's only a week or two, maybe it's just a bruise on his shoulder or something, or a bruise on his arm. I hope. Was the birthday stream before or after the pandemic? It was during. It was June 22nd. Yeah, Andrew, I agree. I thought JT Miller was okay. I made the point earlier that he was noticeable, both good and bad. Dexter, hey Clay, stopping to say hi. Enjoy the rest of your stream as I can't stay tonight. No problem, Dexter. Thanks for being here. Demko is solid. You need another D-man. Yes, hey T-Dot. So I presume you're from Toronto. St. Louis game 3, which went to OT. That one was late. Good memory. Will we get a different lineup on Saturday? Maybe McEwen in for Roussel. Maybe Juolevi in for Ben. Maybe. Yeah, we can't allow more than 40 shots. And it's not just defense, it's team defense. It's called Clay's Birthday Live Stream, June 22nd. Thanks, Reels. Oh, man. I might watch it. That's so embarrassing. Why do you think we were so careless and sloppy today? Marcus, I think Montreal had a lot to do with it. They probably did not like the way that Monday's game ended. Roussel needs to get scratched. Yes, he is not doing much. Andrew, why you skipped me? I think I got to you. Andrew, you said Miller was good, right? Andrew, you might not be aware that I usually, when there's a lot of comments, I read mostly questions to make sure. Just it helps me delineate from reading every single comment. But I think I did address that the JT Miller comment. Shane, I hope we don't lose Gaudette to Seattle. Me too. Chonger, what do you think Demko will get in his next contract if he keeps playing this well? Bridge deal, 2 times 2.5. Yeah, I could see him getting around the $3 million mark. Not much more than that. But yeah, so 2.5 makes sense. Or 3. Yep. Fango, do you miss going out and hanging out with friends? Absolutely. I'm a pretty social guy, so I miss a lot of that kind of thing. Coach Rob, will Demko play Saturday? That's my guess, but now there's not an excuse. There's a reason not to play him if you want to give him a bit of a break, because there's a 2-day gap, not just a 1-day gap, so it would be an extended break for him. Clay, if you recall, PD jammed his wrist in the boards, I think. I recall seeing it happen and held his arm against his body. Trudds, I don't remember that. Thank you. I'm going to go watch the birthday stream after this. Thanks, Avash. I think I'm going to watch it too. Didn't you hear PD has like a wrist injury and like I'm stuffed? Seriously, Claydo. Thanks, Jim. Do you think the Canucks overcomplicate plays in their own end? No, I don't think they do. They just hesitate too much, right? So many times, whether it's a forward or D-man like Schmidt or other, they get caught from behind. I just think they hesitate. That means they're not playing with complete confidence. Although they had been playing well the last few games. Kind of miss Juolevi. Me too. Me too, Naslin. Marcus, do you think Rathbone will play this season? No, not this season, because you have Ulevi Chatfield waiting still. I think he plays next season. Hounds are too fast for us tonight. Yeah, Jogpile Day outskated us for sure. How much do you think Dempo's going to make in his upcoming contract? Between 2.5 and 3. I think that's a good guess. Okay, it is the 45-minute mark. No more questions. Let's go with non-Canucks and non-hockey questions for the next 3 to 5 minutes. And to answer your question, Sammy, Beagle and Roussel could be bought out, but I don't think they will. But they could be. You should only buy a guy out on his last year. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense. Okay, so non-Canucks questions, non-hockey questions for the last 3 or 4 minutes. Favorite fast food chicken sandwich? Gosh. I'd say McChicken, but then we were trying, what's that one that's in the States only? That chicken restaurant that's only in the, I'm drawing a blank, but that one's really good too. What's that chicken one that's only in the States? Someone will know. Put it in the chat. Biggest prank you have pulled off? Avash, female boxer Howard. I looked it up. The only one I know is the Ali girl, so I wouldn't say she's my favorite though. It's the only one I know. Biggest prank, Avash, I'd have to think about that. I'm not really big on the pranks. Yeah. I have to get back to you on that one, Avash. Ask me next time, and I'll think about it. Do you like boba? No, I don't, Noah. I don't drink the stuff. There's no... Yes, Chick-fil-A. Thank you, everyone. I love the Chick-fil-A stuff. What insect are you most afraid of? Oh, easy. Spiders. Have to leave a little early tonight. Thank you, Arsenal. No problem. What's your morning routine? It is get up. It is pray. It is go to the washroom, shave, shower, get dressed, feed the dog, drive a kid to school if I need to, get in my car, record my Canucks vlog, go to the office, upload video, start work. Popeye's Chicken? No, not yet. Favorite video game? I don't play a lot, but NHL is probably the only one I play right now. Do you watch The Mandalorian? No, I don't. Favorite hike in the Lower Mainland? I actually like I don't do big hiking trails and trips. I've done the Grouse Grind once only. I didn't think I'd make it. I do walk a lot. I make sure I get my 10,000 steps, as you guys know. So I do simply walk around Steveston, around my neighborhood. Charlie's. No, I haven't had Charlie's. Favorite hair? Mine. Or have you been pranked before? Yeah, I've been pranked before. I pulled pranks before too, but nothing too crazy. I can think of a couple in high school where and things, but they weren't too crazy. But Avash, I want to give you a proper answer. So ask me that again on Saturday night, if you don't mind. Favorite Toronto-based band? Cameron, you're going to have to give me some suggestions. Best score in 10-pin bowling? 241. It's in the 240s. So I think 8 strikes, or 7 or 8 strikes, but not I've never come close to a perfect game. What kind of dog do you have? It's a Shih Tzu named Mickey. No E though, Micky. Ever tried vegan pizza house? No, I haven't. And tough screen name there. Do you like Slurpee slushies? Absolutely. Have you walked Stanley Park before? Not the whole thing. Favorite baseball player meme? The one that you guys were telling me about, that Japanese pitcher that's saying that, yes, isn't that your name? Exactly. Can you show us your dog? Shannon, he's asleep upstairs right now. Maybe I'll do it on an earlier stream. Arjun, do you prefer long hair or short hair back from your childhood? I used to have the kind of the Asian flow one, if you guys have seen any of my whole, but I had a box cut for the longest time, so I'd say short hair. What's your favorite music genre? 90s R&B? Will you decide to start the good-looking Kraken Positivity Club, the GLKPC? Andrew, you started with me. Not Andrew, sorry, Chonger, you started with me. Your ethnic background? Sure, half Japanese, half Chinese. Emo's a Japanese name. My late father was Japanese. My mom is Chinese. Ever been to Olive Garden? Not here in the Lower Mainland, but have been in the States for sure. Do you watch Korean dramas? No, my wife does, but I've watched a lot of Korean action movies and zombie movies. Have you ever had a pic taken with Pat Quinn or the Roger Nielsen statue? No, not intentionally, but definitely seen them. Have you been to Carlsbad? I have. That's where Legoland is, right? Definitely been there. Clay, I was talking to a friend of mine, and he accidentally said the Canucks never won Stanley Park. That's good. That's good. That's true. We have not won Stanley Park. Okay, good. We're at the 49-minute mark. Thanks, everyone. I'm going to ask you one question before we go, and then we will get out of here because it's coming up at 11:30. This isn't binding, but I would love your feedback. And maybe this is not the best example because this was such a late game. Do you guys like it when for those of you that were here, I started within a minute of the game ending. So if you prefer that, put a 1 in the chat. Here's my favorite one too. Or what I was doing prior to this game was I was coming on half an hour after the game ended. Gave you a chance to do whatever, gave me a chance to do whatever, record my post-game recap. So put in the chat, number 1, if you like it when I start right when the game ends, and I forego my video, my post-game, or do you like it, number 2, type in number 2, if you like the half an hour break. So generally 7 o'clock game would start at 10 as opposed to 9:40 or 9:45. Sometimes it's not a half an hour break. It's more like a 20-minute break. So again, put in a 1 if you like it when the stream starts right when the game ends. Put a 2. Remember, try and not be clouded by tonight's late start. Put a 2 if you like the way I was doing it, starting about 20 minutes after the game. Put that. I thought it was 15. Yeah, Truds, it used to be 10 to 15 minutes. And then what I ended up doing, that was when my post-game recap was only 2 minutes so I can fit it on Twitter. Then I started going to 7 or 8 minutes, and that's why I gave myself another 10 minutes, if that makes sense. So I've taken that middle of the road option out of the 10 to 15 minute gap. It's either a 0-minute gap or a 20 to 25 minute gap. All right, here we go. I'm going to read some of your things. 2, 1, 2, 1. We like to rant while the memories are fresh. 1, 2, 2, 1. Okay, it's pretty equal. 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 1. Well, Truds, you can come on 15 minutes after, but you just have to wait another 5 or 10 for me. 2. Kind of depends on the game, but 1, 2. I like the post-game recap. Yeah, no, I like doing it too. 1, because the post-game recap, it might not actually get a lot of views the night of the game, but I find when I go to bed and I wake up, people watch it when they go to bed, or they watch it first thing in the morning. They watch it from the East Coast, especially if we're playing like a Toronto, Montreal, Ottawa. My post-game recaps do really well overnight. I noticed that. So I'm still going to record one when I'm done here. Community poll. Yeah, Avash, I did a community poll for this start time, but I think my gut feeling is I'm going to stick to the gap, because I do like the bit of a break and just a chance to decompress, record my post-game, and then say proper goodnight to my family instead of running here. How about never? To Clay speaking real what? That was Jim Benning. That's fine. 3. Okay. Walsh. Is that Darren Walsh of Walsh Pavers? Darren, I'm just finishing up, but if that is indeed Darren Walsh, I want to give a shout out to him. Darren actually streamed, not streamed, what am I talking about? Darren sponsored a month of my videos way back last year when he actually did a wonderful job in our backyard. So, you guys, when I post pictures of us playing ping pong, or of us jumping on the trampoline, or of us really just enjoying our backyard, it's because of the good work that Darren did. So Darren did that, and then he ended up I thanked him for his good work by also announcing his company. So Darren, I'm presuming that you are still doing it. So if you need any paving done, front yard, backyard, patio, deck. No, Darren's not paying me to say this. I'm just saying this because I'm so happy with the work he's done, and we get to enjoy his work every time that we are in the backyard. So if you are indeed looking for some paving done, look up Darren Walsh, Walsh, as you see there, Walsh Pavers, and I promise you will not be disappointed. Oh, I felt like I was doing like a read on the radio or whatever. Okay, Canucks fans, thanks for being here. I'm going to now just stop this and record my post-game my post-game recap. That'll be up in about 15 minutes if you want to watch that. But it's good. You guys have given me a lot of things to talk about, including the polarizing case of JT Miller. I would love paving done, Clay. Okay, Dion, then I wouldn't do it. Make sure Walsh does it. Darren does it for sure. So I'm going to record my post-game recap now. Thanks a lot for being here, you guys. That was a lot of fun, despite the horrible Canucks performance. We'll see what happens on Saturday. So we got a couple days break, but I'll be recording a couple of vlogs, and then I will make sure that I see you Saturday, likely at 10 o'clock. So give me a few minutes after the game. But no matter where you're watching from, I appreciate you. Moderators, I always forget to thank you. Thank you. Monkey Nine Brewing, thank you for sponsoring this post-game live stream. Look for the giveaway starting this weekend. And subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Like this video if you haven't liked this video already. Consider becoming a member of this channel if you haven't done so already. Okay, friends, Darren, so awesome to see you. All of you, stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and take care of each other. I'm going to go watch my birthday live stream and then record my post-game recap. Have a great night. God bless. And go Canucks go. Booyah!